Dear students, today we are going to discuss about general characteristics in Phycomycetes. First characteristics are here. Phycomycetes are commonly known as algal fungi. Why? Because some of the fungal members are grown in water, and some of the fungal members are grown in plants and animals to be their food purpose. That is named algal fungi. Phycomycetes are commonly known as algal fungi. In this Phycomycetes members to be act of algal characters and fungal characters. Second character are here. So Phycomycetes members are found in aquatic habitats, grown in water, and on decaying wood in moist and damp places, and this is the obligate parasites on plants. Dear students, most of the Phycomycetes members are found in aquatic habitats, that is grown in water. This is a algal character, and grown in on decaying wood, especially moist and damp places. This is a fungal character, and most of the Phycomycetes members are obligate parasites, is always dependent to the plants. Obligate parasites to be act of saprophytic character. So those fungal members to be infected by plants, to be requirement of food materials, that is obligate parasites, not poorly depend upon to the plants, okay now. And the Phycomycetes members mycelium is aseptate and sinusoidal. This is a mycelium. So these are hypate, long, slender means smoothly, long, slender and thread-like structures, that is called hypate. The network of hyphae is known as mycelium. So this mycelium are to be aseptate. There is no cross walls. One nucleus to another nucleus. There is no cross walls. Cross walls are absent. That is aseptate and sinusoidal. So by means multinucleated protoplasm. By means more than two nucleus are present in the protoplasm. More than two nuclei or two nucleus are present in the cytoplasm or protoplasm. That is called sinusoidal. So dear students, Phycomycetes such as albugo, rhizophus and muca. So dear students, examples for albugo, rhizophus and muca. So to be observed albugo mycelium, either rhizophus mycelium, totally the mycelium is aseptate, that is cross walls are absent, one nucleus to another nucleus. So there is no cross walls. Cross walls are absent and sinusoidal. So more than two nuclei are present in the protoplasm or cytoplasm. That is known as sinusoidal. So here multinucleated protoplasm are present in their mycelium. That is known also sinusoidal. So to be appear. So number of nucleus are freely floating up the cytoplasm. So this is the important thing. The mycelium is aseptate, cross walls are absent, and sinusoidal. Multinucleated protoplasm are present in mycelium. That is sinusoidal. Okay now. So next one here, coming to reproduction. Reproduction takes place by asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In Phycomycetes members, reproduction takes place by asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction occurs under favorable conditions. Okay, no? Sexual reproduction occurs in under unfavorable conditions. Under unfavorable conditions, don't confuse over here. Asexual reproduction occurs in under favorable conditions. Sexual reproduction occurs in under unfavorable conditions. Next, asexual reproduction, there is no involvement of gametes. There is no involvement of gametes. Sexual reproduction, involvement of gametes. Involvement of gametes. How many gametes are involved? Only 2 gametes. Every time only involved 2 gametes. One is male gamete, another one is female gamete. Okay, now? So we will discuss about asexual reproduction. Dear students, asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores and aplanospores. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores and aplanospores. What is the meaning of zoospores and what is the meaning of aplanospores? Dear students, this is a zoospore, this is a aplanospore. Zoospore, that is motile spore. Motile spore are called zoospore. By means present in flagella, that is zoospore. Okay, now asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores and aplanospores. So zoospores, motile spores are known as zoospores by means present in flagella. So aplanospores, non-motile spores by means flagella in offset, that is called aplanospores. This is a zoospore, this is a aplanospore. Mainly difference between are here, same containing cell wall and protoplasm or cytoplasm and nucleus. Protoplasm, cytoplasm and nucleus, but mainly difference between here. So zoospore are present in flagella, so aplanospore are not present in flagella. This is the mainly difference between zoospore and aplanospore. Shortly, motile spore are known as zoospore, non-motile spore are known as aplanospore. Motile spore by means present in flagella, non-motile spore by means absent in flagella. Okay, now this is a zoospore, this is a aplanospore. So every spore containing flagella by means zoospore containing 2 flagella, protoplasm and nucleus. Aplanospore containing not having 2 flagella, only cell wall, protoplasm and nucleus. How to formation of zoospores and aplanospores? Dear students, these spores are endogenously produced in sporangium. These spores are endogenously by means inside of the sporangium, endogenously the spores are developed inside of the sporangium. These are the spores, that is sporangiospores, such as zoospores and aplanospores. Zoospores and aplanospores are bothly known as sporangiospores. Okay, now so these sporangiospores are endogenously produced in sporangium. So these spores are developed inside of the sporangium, that is known as endogenously. Dear students, this is a mycelium. This mycelium containing a network of hyphae, but some special hyphal branches to be developed sporangiophore. This sporangiophore to be developed sporangium. This sporangium to be appeared look like a sac-like structure. By means one sac-like structure of sporangium to be developed at the tip of one special hyphal branch. That is known as sporangiophore. These sporangiophore to be developed sporangium. This sporangium to be developed sporangiospores. Don't confuse over here. This is a sporangiophore. These are sporangiospores. spores. This is a sporangium. This is a sporangium. Sporangium to be appeared sac-like structure. Sporangiospores are developed sac-like sporangium, and sporangiospores, sporangium are produced one stalk-like sporangiophore. One stalk-like sporangiophore. This is a one special hybrid branch. This is a one special hybrid branch. Okay, now once again, sac-like structure of sporangium to be developed at the tip of one special hybrid branch. One special hybrid branch. This is known as sporangiophore. This is known as sporangiophore. Each sporangiophore containing one sac-like sporangium, and this sporangium containing several sporangiospores. That is zoospores, either aplanospores. Zoospores, either aplanospores. That is the importance of sporangium. By means sporangium containing sporangiospores such as zoospores and aplanospores. These are developed in one special hybrid branch. That is one special stalk-like structure. That is called sporangiophore. This is a sporangiophore. These are sporangiospores. Don't confuse over here. This is a sporangium. This is a sporangium. So this sporangiophore, sporangiospores, sporangium to be appeared only in fungi asexual reproduction. Only fungi asexual reproduction. So let us discuss about now coming to sexual reproduction. So dear students, sexual reproduction to be formed zygospores. Generally, in most of the higher plants, the sexual reproduction to be resulted one type of diploid zygote. One type of diploid zygote. But in fungal members, so don't appear in zygote. Similar to be appeared zygospore. Similar to be appeared zygospore. In most of the higher plants, two gametes are fused. Then after to be resulted one diploid zygote. Why? Because one applied male gamete and one applied female gamete, both are fusing to be resulted one diploid zygote. One diploid zygote. But here in most of the fungal members, especially Phycomycetes members, in their sexual reproduction, not to be formation of zygote. So zygote is replaced by one type of zygospore. One type of zygospores. Generally, spores are present in asexual reproduction. Gametes are present in sexual reproduction in most of the higher plants. Okay, now listen carefully. Don't confuse over here. In higher plants such as angiosperms and gymnosperms. In higher plants such as angiosperms, that is dicotyledons and monocotyledons, and gymnosperms. Asexual reproduction to be appeared asexual spores, that is zygospore, that is zoospores and aplanospores. And sexual reproduction to be appeared two gametes resulted in zygotes. But in lower plants, algae, fungi, bryophyta and pteridophyta, especially in fungal members, in those of Phycomycetes members, asexual reproduction to be appeared one type of asexual spores, that is sporangiospores such as zoospores and aplanospores. And sexual reproduction to be appeared one type of sexual spores, that is zygospores. Okay, here sexual reproduction to be formed zygospores. How to form of zygospores? Zygospores are formed to be fusion of two gametes. One is male gamete and the other one is female gamete. One haploid male gamete and one haploid female gamete, both are fusing to be form of one diploid zygospore. Don't confuse over here. Zygospores are formed to be fusion of two gametes. So these gametes are different size based on the morphology. These gametes are differ in size. So these are mainly two types. One is isogamous, second one is anisogamous or oogamous. isogamous. By means similar in structure, similar in size of flagella, similar in size of nucleus, and surrounded by which content of similar in protoplasm, similar in protoplasm. That is isogamous. Okay now, two gametes are similar in morphology, that is called isogamous. This is a male gamete, this is a female gamete. So both gametes are similar in size, similar in flagella size, similar in nucleus structure, similar in protoplasm content, similar in protoplasm content. And on the other hand, are here two gametes are dissimilar in morphology, that is called anisogamous or oogamous. Two gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete, both are dissimilar in morphology, that is called anisogamous or oogamous. Okay, now we observe male gamete and female gamete. This is a male gamete, this is a female gamete. First size are here differ. So male gamete is always smaller in size, female gamete is always larger in size. Okay now, and sometimes male gametes containing similar in size of flagella, so sometimes female gamete are not containing flagella. This is another difference. So male gamete containing well developed nucleus, female gamete containing the large size of axon, large size of axon. So totally different morphology, mainly different structure or size. Male gamete is always smaller in size, female gamete is always larger in size. In male gamete are presence of two flagella, female gametes are not presence of two flagella. This is the mainly difference between male gamete and female gamete. So two gametes, both male and female gametes are dissimilar in morphology, dissimilar in morphology. That is called anisogamous or oogamous. Anisogamous or oogamous. So then after, in their isogamous process or oogamous or anisogamous process, both gametes are fusing, then would be resulted one diploid zygospore, one diploid zygospore or oospore, one diploid zygospore or oospore. Okay now, so Phycomystis members, given the examples for here. So the best examples are here. Already previous class we will discuss about Phycomystis examples such as albugo. Okay now, so albugo is always infected by Mustardalus to be causing of white spot disease, and the Rhizophus is always infected by one type of food material, that is bread. So bread molds, black molds is disease caused by Rhizophus. Black mold disease is caused by Rhizophus. Okay now, so white spot disease is caused by albugo, especially infected by Mustardalus. Black mold disease is caused by Rhizophus. And another one here, mucor. Another one here, mucor. These are examples for Phycomystis class. Phycomystis class. So this is about general characteristics in Phycomystis class. Okay now, thank you.